hey, here's another speed lesson on interactive design, talking about the 5 audiences framing for making things more kindly, inclusively, robustly, confidently, all kinds of stuff because of thinking things through with this kind of framing, which framings are very helpful prompts to sort of guide how you dig into understanding a space. And this is a way to see things from multiple points of view and have a just stronger ideas as a result of coming up with questions that from seeing these points of view and their connections. There you go. That's what it is in a nutshell. To dive in a little bit further and check out, like, well, who are these audiences? Well, they're the people who, by the way, replace these proper nouns with other proper nouns for based on the function. If you say, oh, we call that function something else, super cool, use that name. Funders, that would be people who invest money to create a space for a paid community to do stuff, like an organization, teams, all that. Whoever's investing funding for there to be, artists or engineers and designers and folks in a space to do something for the someone that, which is this. And this is who you're trying to do something for. You're creating a product, a service, um, some kind of creation. You're making it and then sharing it with these folks. And then these folks are the ones who use it, right? The customers, the players, the participants, the guests, or whatever your whatever your group calls that group. That's who that is. That's often in one. They're the sort of the primary funding source, right? That they're paying for this product or service, right? And understanding them is very important. Whoever makes the product, right? So you can say this should exist, but you need to team up with someone who's got the skills to do the engineering, the artwork, the whatever it is you're making. If it's a book series or a connected product or a video game or whatever, like someone's got to make it, right? And thinking of them is important. And also the two that go beyond, like your typical like service design learning path that I recommend is that you have yourself and the world around. And by each of these groups taking that point of view gives you a chance to wonder, what are the goals? What's important to them? What is their circumstance and situation? How do they meet it? What do they want? What do they don't want? What's their story for this connection, right? And you can then, because of this framing, look at connection points between these groups, right? The connections of you and the world, and the makers and the world, or you, like you and the makers, you and the whatever. Like there's all these interesting connections. Framing as points to generate both things that you feel confident about and things that you're not sure about, and create those lists. And then once you have gathered these lists and perspective across these groups and with the group connections, you've thought pretty robustly, systemically about a space that matters to you. And you can use that to say, well, we have principles. We're going to act upon this, and we're going to do benefit and do not do harm. And here's how we're going to steer. And here's the design for what we're going to make. And this would be the basis of that, which I think the tools of, anything from information architecture to visual design and wireframing, interactive design, all this stuff is super important. And of course, engineering and like coming up with architectures and components to come up with solutions that make bigger problems smaller and all that, capabilities, what have you. All those other things are super important. And I would say they're upgraded in what's possible and the benefits by thinking in this way, and seeing how how you could all be informed as you act upon this shared purpose. So that's what the 5 audiences framing is for, is thinking robustly, being a frame, not with answers, but not even with all the questions, but with your curiosity plus these perspectives will get you thinking through something quite well and deeper than just saying, well, we can make it. how do we, sell it or whatever, or please tell me what to make, or I have money, but no one to make the thing, or I don't think about who makes it, and maybe I have unrealistic expectations, or anything like that. This lets you connect and integrate what is. It's not even making up anything. It's like projects and products will fall through this reality of all these different perspectives, and whether or not you've thought through it, and I'm saying you'll reach better outcomes by thinking through it a bit. Think through it enough, right? To help you come up with good questions, do some research, and make stuff designed, informed by that research. And that's the benefit of the 5 audiences framing.